You're sitting in your room, the walls are thin, voices rise downstairs, your stomach tightens before you even understand a single word. You've heard this before, you'll hear it again, but here's what nobody ever explained to you. Your parents aren't fighting about the dishes, they're not fighting about money or who forgot to pick you up from school. Underneath all of it is a system so old, so wired into the human brain that it existed long before marriage, long before money, long before either of them were born. What if the fight in your kitchen tonight is the same fight your ancestors had 10,000 years ago? Let's go back, way back. In 1969, psychologist John Bowlby introduced something called attachment theory. He studied children and their caregivers, and he found something strange. Humans don't just want love, they need a predictable, secure bond to survive. Your brain, from the moment you're born, is scanning for one thing. Is my person still here for me? That circuitry doesn't turn off when we grow up. It just switches targets. Instead of a parent, it locks onto a partner. So when your mom raises her voice at your dad, some ancient part of her brain isn't thinking about the dishes. It's asking an older question. Are you still on my side? Am I still safe with you? Here's the mechanism. Researcher John Gottman spent decades recording thousands of couples arguing in a lab he called the Love Lab. He wired them up to heart monitors, and he found something the couples themselves never noticed. The words barely mattered. What mattered was the body. A raised heart rate, shallow breathing, the nervous system slipping into fight or flight, the same state your ancestors used to escape a predator. Your parents aren't arguing like two people solving a problem. Somewhere in their nervous systems, they're two animals bracing for danger. And the danger isn't a lion in the grass, it's each other. Now here's where it gets stranger. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer Hrdy studied ancient human family structures and found something modern couples never learned. For most of human history, parenting wasn't a two-person job. It was a village job. Grandmothers, aunts, cousins, and neighbors all shared the weight of raising a child. Stress got distributed, exhaustion got shared. Now picture two adults, alone in a house, carrying the entire ancient village's worth of work on two sets of shoulders. Bills, meals, homework, sleep schedules, careers. Your parents are running a system built for 15 people using two. That pressure has to go somewhere, and when a nervous system is overloaded, it doesn't look for the most important problem to solve. It looks for the fastest place to release tension. That's why the fight is never really about the dishes. The dishes just arrived at the wrong moment, when two exhausted nervous systems were already primed to detonate. Here's the part nobody talks about. Fighting itself isn't the danger. Psychologist Gottman found something almost every kid gets wrong. Couples who never disagree aren't the healthiest. They're often the most disconnected, quietly avoiding each other to dodge conflict altogether. What actually predicts a relationship falling apart isn't the argument. It's what happens in the 60 seconds right after. Does one person reach back out? A hand on a shoulder, a softer voice, an apology. That repair moment is the real signal your nervous system is listening for, which means every time you've watched your parents argue and then later seen them laughing in the kitchen, you weren't watching a contradiction. You were watching the actual mechanism of a bond, holding itself together, tested and repaired in real time. Think about your own arguments with friends, with siblings, with someone you love. That tightness in your chest right before you snap at someone, that's not you being a bad person. That's the same ancient alarm system your parents carry, still running in you, still scanning for danger that isn't a lion anymore, just a deadline, a text left on read, a long day with nothing left in the tank. You are not separate from the fight downstairs. You inherited the wiring that causes it. So the next time you hear voices rise through the floor, you'll know what's actually happening. It's not a marriage falling apart. It's two overloaded nervous systems, built for a village, trying to survive a world built for one. You're sitting in your room. The walls are thin. Voices rise downstairs. But this time, you understand exactly what's happening in the room below you, and it isn't a war. It's two ancient alarm systems doing exactly what they were built to do.